joining. Now, since we are formally starting, I would need some confirmation and acknowledgement about my audio. Am I audible clearly? आप मुझे ठीक से सुन पा रहे हैं? So if you can give me some acknowledgements by a thumbs up, typing a yes, saying a yes, nodding, so that, okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. So that was first thing, first check. Second, as we have kept all our audio settings at optimal level, my team has done that. So in case you want to increase, decrease volume that suits you, please do that. As for video setting is concerned, please, it is highly recommended that on your top right hand corner of your screen, if you are on laptop or desktop, there's something called as view. We will highly recommend that you select speaker view. And by selecting speaker view, whosoever is the speaker for the webinar would be centrally on your screen, and you will not be distracted by others joining in or leaving the meeting. That's point number 2. Point number 3, and that's more, for in interest of the speaker, where we will request you, if your bandwidth permits, if your environment permits, you can keep your audio muted, but if your bandwidth and environment permits, we would strongly encourage and advise that you keep your video in an on mode, because then it helps speaker to make those eye contacts and observe the body language rather than looking at those black tiles with names, which, you believe me, is not a very encouraging sign. अगर आपको 40 मिनट बोलना है तो वो बहुत encouraging नहीं होता है. So if your bandwidth permits, you should keep your video in an on mode, and then it gives that two-way communication wala feeling as well. So that's one thing. Second, you may want to keep a pen and a copy ready with you, because there will be a lot of information that will flow around the course that we are launching, some nitty-gritties, final points of the course, other things that you can do along with course, plus some important contact numbers for one-on-one counseling, if you need one-on-one counseling, that is. तो वो आप एक रखेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा. We'll also have a feedback link towards the end where you can fill that and we can get in touch with you. So I think these were some basic announcements that I wanted to make before we roll. So once एक बार नीलेश सर हमको okay करेंगे, so we will then start. Anubhav sir, would you want to add something?
Yeah, so I would just say we are launching this new course, commerce, and there are students on this. So maybe sir ki wohi wali request dohrana chahunga that it will be a good idea if you can keep your videos on. We are looking at a very small participant level. So I do see some names: Rohan Yadav, Chaitanya Shetty, Yagya Garg, Disha Minocha, Vedahi Chaurasia. So I would request if you can do that, then it will become a better conversation among all of us. That's it. Sir, we are all good to go. We can roll and we can get started, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So you will be in the room, sir. आप वहीं रहने वाले हैं?
Right now I'm in the room. You get started, then accordingly.
Sure. Let me start, sir. So hi, good morning and welcome once again to this webinar. As I start, I'll be sharing a PowerPoint presentation, and using that PowerPoint presentation, both of us, that is Anubhav sir and myself, we would conduct this webinar. हम इस webinar को उस PowerPoint से लेंगे, which will act as a tool for us to convey the message that we want to. We have kept question and answers towards the end, so you could keep your questions, you could write them down. Hello. हाँ मैडम, मैं वेबिनार में रहूंगा तो आप अभी कॉल मत कीजिएगा. Can you send the payment? Thank you. So sorry. So this happens, at times when you are at your work table. But anyways, so this webinar, like I said, both of us would take. I'll start and then I'll hand it over to Anubhav sir, and towards end, we'll be very happy to take your specific queries and answer them to best of our abilities. Now, if I go to my presentation. So I need one small acknowledgement again. If you are able to see my PPT, which is still loading, but क्या ये आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? If you can give me some thumbs up, yeah, thank you. So this is still loading, and it would be visible soon. So is this PPT visible, and can you see it on here? Yeah, thank you Vedehi, and thank you Sharad. So there are people who have acknowledged. Thank you. So let me start. So guys, this is one stream or one product, one service that UT is launching. And we are very excited and happy with this launch. We are starting with our 11th, 12th commerce product, commerce services, where we are doing 11th, 12th commerce coaching. And along with commerce coaching, we'll also do, CA foundation courses. We'll do CA intermediate and CA final. As we progress, we'll also do all of this. So we are starting with this program, which is a commerce program, and we are doing it jointly with our partners called Gurmukh Classes from Thane. So this is UT and Gurmukh Classes. So we call ourselves as UTGC, who are offering program for 11th, 12th CBSE commerce. And it has a lot of features and options and flexibility. And the idea in today's webinar is to convey various features of this program, how you can make your program, exciting, interesting, competitive, so that you're not only ready for your board exams, but you're also ready for exams possibly that you'll write after your 12th board exams. So with that idea, we are launching this program. And let me tell you what are the points that we are going to cover in today's seminar, in today's webinar. So we are going to cover possibly some new age challenges for commerce careers. So we will talk about that. Traditionally, challenges are only concerned with, ऐसा बोला जाता है कि भाई science वाले बच्चे challenge face करते हैं. But that's not true. If you come from commerce and arts, and especially in the modern era, where a lot of students, bright students, would take this as a choice and not default. पहले वो default option होता था कि कुछ नहीं मिला तो हमने commerce लिया. But now people would make conscious choices around commerce, and it has become challenging in terms of the competition that you face in this career. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about some proposed path, solutions, when to begin, how you can begin, and what you can do, when you start with commerce course, so that you remain competitive and ultimately 12th के बाद आपको बहुत अच्छे options मिले. So I'll talk about some paths. Along with this, I'll link what are the help area where we as Universal Tutorials and Gurmukh Classes together, we are offering some courses which will help you travel on that path. Finally, I'll talk about who we are, hum kaun hai. I think this is where Anubhav sir would take in. So Anubhav sir and ke saath hum ek switch karenge, and he will talk about some course elements and who we are, our results. We'll talk about some next steps, and finally we will do a Q&A and we'll take all your queries. So on that note, now let me begin. Like I said, when we started, so as we begin, it will be a good idea to make notes, because there can be some information that will flow towards you. We'll also share some contact numbers. So ये जो PPT आपको आपके screen पे दिख रहा है, ये PDF के format में आपको available हो जाएगा. So if you will send a hi, this will be available to you in PDF format. People who are attending this webinar physically from Kharghar or would be attending from Nerul location, you will get a hard copy print of an important information booklet that you can carry home when we finish with the webinar. जो लोग हमारे साथ online जुड़े हैं, उनको एक particular WhatsApp number पे hi भेजना है, and then you get a PDF, and I'll share that number towards the end. Question answers towards the end, and we'll also send a feedback link which can be used. So Sharad, I will request you to go for some hard copy prints of this webinar. आपके पास जो Sharad, if you're there, there is this 8-pager. आप उसके hard copy prints ready करके रखिएगा. People attending from Kharghar will get hard copy. चलिए. So let me start. So I start with challenges first. So there are some new age challenges for commerce students, and these challenges stem from external environment, how market behaves. They stem from some internal conditions, how students behave. So अगर हम इसको समझने की कोशिश करें, one of the important challenge a commerce student would face is you are fresh from 10th and you would not have done a subject like accounts before. You would have done economics, but you would not have done the depth of micro, macro, and statistics that economics would involve. You would not have done a subject which would have related to business management. Not many students would have done that. So एक बहुत बड़ा challenge होता है when you are fresh from 10th and you get into commerce stream, you're not doing the sciences or you're not doing the social sciences the way you would have started from your 5th standard. अब कुछ नए सब्जेक्ट हैं जिनको पहली बार करना है, and that becomes a fresh start. And if that start is shaky, let me tell you, वो inning को आगे संभालना थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाता है. The second challenge is, at times when you get, like I said, this is perception and this is belief. When you start from 10th, जहाँ सब कुछ बहुत compulsories होता है, attendance and everything, and you once pass out of 10th, you get that feeling कि now I am grown up, and it is very easy to deviate and divert from the track after 10th, and we have seen students doing very well up till 10th, और 11th में आके एक बहुत बड़ा शॉक लगता है, कुछ एकेडमिक स्कोर्स में ड्रॉप आता है, and then it takes time to make up for that. So after 10th it becomes little difficult to concentrate, and then students tend to deviate and divert. Second challenge is, at times we have seen, we do a lot of counseling, students are not very clear what they want to do. They say that possibly I have not decided, and it's okay and natural to not to be decided. ये एक ऐसा phrase बच्चे बोलते हैं. Let me tell you, it is not. When you're talking about a competitive environment, where you're talking about life after your studies, when you're talking about career, it is a serious matter, and you have to focus on your career, and you must know कि आपको जब आपने commerce ले लिया है, so assumption is कि मैं commerce वालों से बात कर रहा हूँ, where you are inclined or you have made a decision कि आप commerce लेंगे. Let me tell you, it's a serious matter. You have to decide what you want to do. You cannot decide after you write your 12th exams or during your 12th standard. You cannot do that. I mean, of course, people would do that, but then it becomes high pressure game. There are a lot at stake, and decisions haste में हो जाते हैं. So it is important to focus on career, and only focusing on school will not work. And this I'm especially talking to commerce students, because commerce में there are a lot of options that are open. But point is, have you decided which path you would want to? आपका कुछ inclination है, आपने उसके लिए कुछ तैयारी की है? Because that science guy has possibly decided कि उसको IIT या medical या BScs या mathematics में कुछ करना है. Commerce में कई बार बच्चे they focus on school, and they at times tend to delay this, where they don't think a lot about career after 12th. So like I said, commerce में decide करना जरूरी है. Commerce itself is a very serious subject. We always talk about this. Anubhav sir, जब हम लोग counseling करते हैं, both of us would always talk about it, that there are a lot of myths associated with commerce, where you say that commerce में इतना bandwidth नहीं चाहिए. You can relax when it is commerce, because आपको CBS में पढ़ना क्या है, आपको accounts पढ़ना है, economics पढ़ना है, सब theoretical है, and you can do it. This is myth. The commerce का maths or accounts or economics, guys, let me tell you, DU में, जब आप DU में दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन लेने जाएंगे 12th के बाद, they have insane cut-offs, 99% cut-off economics में, और बच्चे all over India वो करते हैं. So unless and until you have done very well with your studies, an average percentage or above average percentage will not fetch you admissions. So it is very important that you take commerce as a serious subject. When I say serious, what do I mean? I mean a plan, a routine, a discipline to be followed for next 2 years. जो कि मैं solutions में बात करूँगा. Because students have taken commerce, they tend to waste time, because you have more time on hand possibly. एक science वाले student को physics, chemistry, maths, कुछ ऐसे subjects को manage करना है और उतना bandwidth जाना है. If you look, for a commerce counterpart, possibly they have lesser high bandwidth consuming subjects. So they tend to waste time, and because you have more time on hand, and then they don't utilize it. Like I said, it's a very competitive field out there after your 12th standard. So it's time to utilize karna zaruri hai. So these are some of the challenges. So how do you tackle these challenges? There are some set, I should say, recommendations on tackling these challenges. One is, like I said, decide what you want to do if you have not decided. If you're taking commerce, decide on what after 12th. Do an assessment of opportunities, do an assessment of your skills, interest, capabilities, and what options are available. It's important you do that decision, because once you do such an assessment, chances are you'll take some decision. Draw a plan of what you want to do after 12th. So मैं कुछ assumptions लेके चल रहा हूँ इस webinar में, where I'm assuming that these are students who I'm talking to. They are 10th going to 11th students. These are the students who 11th में या तो commerce उन्होंने पूरा मन बना लिया है, or they are more inclined towards commerce than other subjects. So please make a plan. ये मेरे दो बड़े assumption है, जब जितनी भी बातें हम लोग करेंगे, we are using that assumption. So you draw a plan of what you want to do after 12th, and once you have drawn that plan, start with your school. And that's something unique that we are talking when we say UTGC mein jab aap commerce karenge, we are highly recommending that you don't only do commerce coaching with us, but of all the courses and options that we offer, start now with commerce, integrate those paths with commerce. So start with school and post 12th studies. So school is as important as what you want to do after 12th. Uska preparation bhi utna important hai. And we'll have to follow and stick to a plan. You have to stick to a routine. You have to follow a discipline for next 2 years to do that. And that's where, you know, UT plays a great role as an enabler, where we align you to your goal and we make sure that you follow that path for next 2 years on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, which I'll show you through a timeline jab hum aage aayenge. So these are the kind of solutions that you have to do. So what are various proposed paths? So what are various common options? Let me put it that way. Popular options that students would do. So proposed path, there are a few things that we will suggest from our side. So after 10th, you have passed your 10th, you'll be passing your 10th. Board results would be out soon. ICSE, CBSE, Maharashtra board. We are offering our solutions in CBSE, 11, 12 CBSE only right now. So after 10th, commerce में, this is first time we are introducing this concept. Generally, आपने इसको sciences student के साथ सुना होगा, where we are saying you can do an integrated commerce. Now, what is integrated commerce? This will be explained in more detail by Anubhav sir when he takes his part and when he takes his section. But integrated commerce is something where you do your coaching, you do your all school subject, you do your exam preps, competitive exam preps, all at one place, and you are necessarily not going to school as an institution, but you are visiting coaching class and you are doing everything under one roof. So that is integrated inside one place. So that is integrated commerce. So all your subject coaching, schooling, everything happens there. Competitive exam prep, everything happens at that place. You are registered with a school, but you are necessarily visiting a coaching institution jiska wo school ke sath kuch tie up hai. You are visiting school only on important days. Non-integrated commerce is your regular stream of studies where you go to your school, whichever school, CBSE, because we are offering CBSE solutions. So you go to a CBSE school in your day hours, morning hours, and evening may you come to us for some or all your subject coaching needs. So we coach you and we prepare you in parallel with a, of course, structured plan for competitive exams. We prepare, and then there are test series. So you take test series, you do coaching. If you do coaching, test series becomes part of that. Or you do only competitive exam prep. So इस तरह के ये दो paths हैं. At first level, you decide whether it is integrated or non-integrated. At second level, you decide how many subjects and which subjects you want to pick. And then you decide on your competitive exams. So let me show this, and I'm in the last part of my presentation now, and then I'll hand it over to Anubhav sir, and then we'll do Q&A. So popular 2-year timelines, there are some popular combinations of subjects, exams, courses, which we are suggesting. So 3-4 popular combinations hai. And guys, you must listen this carefully. So doing commerce with management in entrance exams. IPM stands for Integrated Program in Management, offered by IIMs in India. IIMs are the temples of management, I should say, the best institutions for management studies in India. So doing your commerce, 11-12 में commerce, और उसके साथ साथ आप तैयारी कर रहे हैं Integrated Program in Management by IIMs or by other reputed institutions. At 12th के बाद ही you get into an MBA program for 5 years. And these are some new programs which are offered by IIMs. Otherwise, वो graduation के बाद लेते हैं. तो उसकी तैयारी आप commerce के साथ करें, कोशिश करें that after 12th you get into an IIM and do a management course. So this is a management route, commerce plus an MBA wala route that I am discussing with you. How this will happen? ये कैसे होगा? So on a timeline, if you understand, June is the time when you start with your 11th preparation. Along with your 11 school subject, accounts, economics, business studies, maths, applied maths, जो भी आपने लिया English, ये school subject की तैयारी के साथ साथ you start giving some time for management entrance exam, which is IPM. IPM, Integrated Program in Management, ये entrance test होगा 12th के बाद, उसकी तैयारी अभी से चालू कर दो when you are in your 11th standard. दिसंबर जनवरी तक आपकी ये तैयारी पूरी हो जाती है. यू आर इन योर 11th स्टैंडर्ड गाइज एंड यू हैव फिनिश्ड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर सब्जेक्ट मैटर जो है, यू हैव ऑल डन ऑल दैट बाय दिसंबर जनवरी ऑफ योर 11th स्टैंडर्ड. ये आपने खत्म कर दिया है. Your Feb and March goes for your 11th final exams. These grades are very important. So you, of course, you're focusing for the entire year. Here you write these exams. ये आपके school final exams हैं. You write them. February, March, you write these exams. April to May, you start with your 12th subject coaching, and 12th board marks matter. हर जगह, job में, higher education में, everywhere it would matter, and I think to some extent even in matrimonials. So it matters. What are your 12th grade marks? So आप 12th grade marks को यहाँ पे, so you focus on that. And क्योंकि आपने 11th में पूरी subject matter की तैयारी कर ली थी, now you need some focused practice with mock test of IIMs. So you go into a mode where every month you are solving couple of mock papers and doing doubt solving. April, May is when you start with this. January to March, so ये जो पूरा period है where you do mock test, it would happen till December. January to March we leave you free. January to March you focus on your pre-boards, final board exams, CBSE board exams for 12th. आप सब उस पे focus करते हैं. After your board exams, April, May के महीने में, and हम अभी 2024 में आ गए. So this is 10th going to 11th वाले बच्चे का timeline. April to May we focus on crash course. What is crash course? Where IBM जो आपने पढ़ा था in your 11th, we do it once again at a higher pace with more solid, higher level problems. And we do it for 30-35 days. एक normal year में IPM जो exam है वो May 2nd week में होता है. Normal year में. इस साल because of COVID impact, it is happening July 1st week. But एक normal year में we should return back to that soon. So वो May 2nd week में होगा. So 30-35 days मिलेंगे board exam के बाद. You get into a high pace mode and you prepare for that. July, August is your entry to IIMs or other management institutes जहाँ पे हमने apply किया है, and you start with your management course. So this is commerce with IPM का timeline. और ये जैसे हमने बनाया है, जो मैं आपके साथ शो कर रहा हूँ, this is how we have prepared our course material in case you get into this program. This is how your milestones would be. I go to the next combination where you do commerce studies and with that you do study abroad. मैं थोड़ा सा slow जा रहा हूँ. I'm consuming more time than budgeted because I want to be really clear here and not create confusion. So you do 11th, 12th commerce with us, CBSE, and after 12th you plan for higher studies. You want to go to US or Canada or UK or other countries and do your courses in finance, management, accountancy, marketing, MIS, management information system, technology based graduation. तो graduation करने के लिए आप बाहर जाते हैं. They call it undergrad. So उसका timeline कैसा होगा? उसका timeline होगा June, July you start with your 11th. And बाहर जाने के लिए you have to give an exam called SAT. So we do a webinar जो इसका एक अलग webinar है where we only talk about studying abroad. So यहाँ पे I can tell you if you have to study abroad, you have to write an exam called SAT. जैसा वहाँ पे आप IPM लिख रहे थे for studying abroad, Scholastic Aptitude Test. You start preparation with that. By October, December, you complete your SAT prep, and आप October या December दोनों महीने SAT होता है. You take your SAT attempt. So the beauty is 11th में तैयारी करके 11th में खत्म करके 11th में ही एग्जाम देके आप ये स्कोर लेके बैठ गए. ये स्कोर की वैलिडिटी 5 साल है SAT के स्कोर की. ये स्कोर के बेसिस पे हम फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज में अप्लाई करेंगे. Feb to March you write your 11th final exam. 11th और 12th का जो पीरियड है, जो वो छोटा सा आपको कुछ महीनों का छुट्टी मिलेगा, there where you write your TOEFL exam. This is another exam that you need to write if you want to study abroad. So you do your testing, you do your training, so you do all of this. May to June. September to December, you have entered your 12th standard, guys. Your 12th training is on and you're studying in your 12th standard. You start with university application. अभी आप 12th में ही हैं, 2023 में you do your university application. So you send your applications to US, Canada, UK, wherever you are applying to. You send to these universities and you tell them that, hey, I'm interested and this is my profile. December to March, you start hearing from universities. अभी आप 12th में ही हो. You start hearing from them कि आपको कहाँ admission मिला. The beauty is before you write your board exams, you know which universities are offering you a seat, and you decide. आपको कब decide करना? आप मई तक उनको बता सकते हो after you get your admission decision कि मुझे कहाँ आना है. and then you go from May to July, you go for your visa, you confirm the university, आपने board exam दे दिया है March में, and then you are confirming a university, going for your visa, and July, August sometime there's departure, rather August, September मुझे बोलना चाहिए, there's departure for your foreign university. So this is how it will happen for a commerce student who is keen on doing undergrads from abroad. And we can, of course, discuss on one-on-one basis more about this. Let's say you want to do commerce and you want to stick with the commerce field and you want to do chartered accountancy or you want to do cost accountancy, cost management accountancy. So वो करने का तरीका क्या है? And when you want to do CA, उसका सबसे पहला stage होता है, जो पहली पायदान है that you need to clear is CA foundation. So I'm taking you till CA foundation right now. So you start with your 11th prep, you focus on your all 11 subjects, accounts, economics, maths, business studies, आप इन पे focus करते हैं और आप इनको पढ़ना चालू करते हैं. This starts from June and go all the way up till Feb next year, आप वो करते हो. Feb to March, you write your 11th final exams. आप 11th final exam कर रहे हो और subject की बहुत अच्छे से तैयारी कर रहे हैं. April to May, this is the period between April to May when we start with your 12th and we start with CA foundation prep. What is CA foundation? If you want to be a chartered accountant, a great career, a great profession, and Indian statutory law में उसकी एक अहमियत है क्योंकि उसके audit किए बिना एक individual का report या किसी company की balance sheet, you know, is not final. So अगर आपको CA बनना है तो उसका first step is, 3 step में से first step is आपको CA foundation clear करना है. तो CA foundation clear करने का तैयारी starts with your 12th board exam preparation, 12th coaching. April to May you will do that. January, so आपने अप्रैल में वो चालू किया, वो तैयारी साथ में चलती रही. January से March में you focus on your 12th board exam, pre-boards, CA foundation would take a break. April to May, your CA foundation continues and you go for writing CA foundation exam. CA foundation exam साल में 2 बार होते हैं, May and November. Because of COVID, वो June और December भी हो गए थे, तो depending on that. So your first CA foundation attempt will happen right after your board exam, sometime in May. You can also take this in November, but this is when you will do it. Let's say आपने कहा कि नहीं मुझे CA foundation तो करना ही है, I also want to do cost management accountancy. If you want to do that, उसका preparation starts right after your 12th board exams. This is not that heavy a course, तो ये हम 12th board के बाद चालू करेंगे. इसका आप तैयारी करोगे, इसकी तैयारी चलती रहेगी जून टू अक्टूबर. CA फाउंडेशन सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट, अगर पहले अटेम्प्ट में CA फाउंडेशन नहीं निकला तो जून से अक्टूबर आप 12th पास आउट हो चुके हो, आप CMA फाउंडेशन की तैयारी कर रहे हो, आप CA फाउंडेशन सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट की तैयारी कर रहे हो, एंड नवंबर दिसंबर इज व्हेन यू राइट योर फर्स्ट CMA अटेम्प्ट और सेकेंड CA फाउंडेशन अटेम्प्ट. So this is how a timeline would be for a commerce student with a CA course. So on this note, you know, on this note, now let me share with you how do you make your courses at UT. हम इसको किस तरह से offer कर रहे हैं और आप कैसे decision ले सकते हैं. So you have first decision to make around your school option. How do you want to do your commerce course? Whether you would want to do an integrated fashion or in non-integrated fashion. Detail में सर और समझाएंगे इस option को. Second level पे ये decide करने के बाद second level पे you have to decide which subjects. So we are offering all commerce subjects. So if you are doing integrated, by default आपको सारे subjects यहीं पे पढ़ने हैं. If you are doing non-integrated, then you pick the subjects that you want to do here. After you have decided that, at third decision level, you decide on what exam would you want to prepare. So currently at UT, we are offering 4 options. So you have IPM, management wala track, you have study abroad track, you have CA foundation track, and you have a cost management accountancy track. So these are 4 tracks that we are offering. These tracks could be even merged together and you can follow multiple tracks. ये tracks को merge करके multiple tracks पे भी चल सकते हैं, but that will be more customized solution जिसके लिए we'll have to sit across table and draw that plan for you. So as we go that school option में integrated option, I think ये मेरा ही part है. So where we do all your classes at UT and you get more time to focus on your school prep. In non-integrated, you attend evening classes. Morning you go to school, you attend evening classes, and you also prepare for some competitive exam. So largely integrated option, अगर मैं एक one line में बोलूँ, we become school for you. We do all your schooling, we do all your coaching, we do all your competitive prep. and we are aligned with a school where you are registered and you go on some important days like कुछ final exams, pre-board exams, आप कुछ ऐसे के लिए जाते हैं, otherwise you come to the coaching institute. Non-integrated means you go to a regular school and evening mein we prepare for your school subjects, we prepare for competitive exam. Subject options, so these are various subjects options we offer for non-integrated student. Integrated के लिए तो सब कुछ हम करेंगे. So we offer accountancy where we'll do that 3 days a week, 2 hours per day in the evening. We offer economics subject, 12, 11 CBSE, 3 days per week, 1 hour per day. Mathematics, if you have taken commerce with maths wala agar combination le rahe ho, so we do 3 days per week and 2 hours per day. And we also offer business studies, 2 days per week, 1 hour per day. So if you take all subjects, so literally you're coming to UT for 6 days, and some days you will come for 3 hours, and there could be a day where you come only for 2 hours. So wo us tarah se aapka program banega. Coming down to competitive exams, I've spoken lot about it. We are offering CA Foundation. We are offering CMA Foundation, Cost Management Accountancy. We are offering IPM, which is management track, IIMs and other reputed institutes of India like Narsi Munji or Symbiosis or Christ University or Nirma University, Ahmedabad and others like that. So IPM track and management track. And then there is study abroad option. I think we need to talk about them on one-on-one basis कि आपको कौन से competitive exams और कैसे लिखने हैं. So at this point, I will leave this presentation here, and I would want to invite Anubhav sir to take it forward from here and take us towards the balanced part of this seminar and webinar. Thank you. I'll just stop sharing. Yes, sir. Just a second, sir.
Thank you very much. I will now take it forward from here. Are you able to see this? So, very good morning to all of you, students and parents. We have a parent joining us physically, and then we have other parents joining us from the live stream. So I will continue where my colleague Manish left us. Now, we've talked about these various commerce options जो हमने बात करी हैं. So you could actually, जैसे सर ने समझाया, step 1, step 2, step 3 करके आप pick कर सकते हैं. You could do integrated or non-integrated, and this is UT is for the first time bringing this concept in commerce. This is a concept which was prevalent in science. So if we are more quality-driven institute where we are looking for career focus, you would get into a CA or an IPM or a study abroad. So अगर आप वो focus में हैं, you're keen कि नहीं, we want to only be competitive for that career focus, then integrated is a great option to go. So we've tied up with colleges and we'll be offering that integrated course here itself at our premises itself. So student will actually enroll on paper at that school, but जैसे science में होता है, he would not really go to that school. Would be only working with us, and we will be preparing him or her for all those courses. Now, how has Universal Tutorials done this? I am a firm believer. I am firm believer of that I cannot do, we as an institution cannot offer everything by ourselves. So we are bringing in talent who are people. So it is, if I could arrange my screen this way, yes. So UT and Gurumukh classes, we joined hands together and we are together. What? Here दिख रहा है ना? I change. So you want to change that camera? We don't do that. If you want to do that, after the side view, escape. मैंने निकाल दिया कैमरा. Once. Just a minute, we'll make a small change in the camera settings. उसको वापस बंद करके करना पड़ेगा. Stop share करो. अब शेयर कर वापस. नहीं, आपको सर वो तो पहले शेयर करना पड़ेगा ना. Okay? Yes, sir. So इसको थोड़ा नीचे ले लीजिए. Yes, that's good. So we UT and Gurumukh classes, we together are offering this course, and that's good. Okay. So UT and Gurumukh classes are together offering this course. Now I'll very quickly tell you about us, about Universal Tutorials. Well, first about Universal Tutorials. We are a coaching institute. I started Universal Tutorials about 23 years ago. And we are coached in this life journey. We've coached more than 33 students across these 7 branches of Navi Mumbai. We are spread right from physical location at Airoli to Koperkerne, to Nerul, Vashi, Sanpada, Nerul, Kharghar, and Panvel. So across these branch locations, and now in COVID, we are doing a lot of online students who are joining us in on-stream. So we are doing this. So that's about Universal Tutorials. We at Universal Tutorials are primarily students in 3 broad areas, and these 3 broad areas are board exams. That is CBSE and ICSE, 10th and 12th. We train them for these board exams in science and commerce. We also train for these Indian competitive exams. Indian competitive exams are the IITs in the science, medical NEET in the science, and now in the commerce, we are doing IPM, and we are doing CACA Foundation. So that's one thing. And we are also doing study abroad. Study abroad, we are doing SAT and those SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, these subjects where the students can go abroad either after SAM 12th or after graduation. So this is the 3 broad areas we function. Now coming to our partner, that is Gurumukh classes. Gurumukh classes, I essentially, when I look to partner, I'm looking for an individual who's like me, who's driving the institute. So here at Universal Tutorials, I'm the one who's driving the institute. So this is Gurumukh Raghani sir, who's been a merit holder in graduation in Bombay University and founder of Gurumukh classes. Inka bhi similar profile. He started this classes about 20 years back, and he was looking for expansion in Navi Mumbai. And he's somebody and very driven and passionate individual. He has experience at all levels of CA and commerce and study subjects like accounts, costing, financial reporting, financial management. His main focus is conceptual understanding of all subjects. And he khud classroom mein rehte hain, jaise main hu. So with Gurumukh Raghani sir, we are offering our UT Commerce. Now the arrangement is where they would be our academic delivery partners, and we together would offer this course at Universal Tutorials. So about Gurumukh classes, 20 years of plus experience, professionally qualified lecturers, logical and concept-based teaching, and all India merit in CA courses. That's what we have been doing. So this year, what we are doing, we are starting with the base 11 standard courses. And then as we progress, it would progress with this batch. This is what is the entire philosophy behind this. So UT Commerce highlights kya hum offer kar rahe hain. So faculty team of CA, CS, MSc Mathematics, law experts with average of 15 plus years of teaching experience. So this is what Gurumukh classes offers. Complete study material and testing support. जैसे हम देते थे वैसे ही entire study material and testing support आपको मिलेगा. Focused guidance and preparation for careers after standard 12. तो जो standard 12 के बाद जो भी आपका है, so we are largely career driven. Means we are not looking at only 11th and 12th coaching. We are largely एक career ले और उसको हम पढ़ाएंगे. Now, we at Universal Tutorials, 7 times UT students have stood first in Mumbai in 12 CBSE Commerce. जो हम as an extension of science offer करते थे, तब we got this kind of brilliance. So now we are actually coming up with commerce team and offering career courses in commerce. And that's where we are looking and we are excited. चलिए sir. Results of our recent years. So Gurmukh classes, our top achievers have been where they have been first rank in Ulhasnagar. So it's a largely Ulhasnagar based classes. So they are coming to Navi Mumbai. In CA Foundation, we've got All India 7 and in All India 48. So these are the kind of results which we have Gurmukh classes has produced. So that's the credibility of Gurmukh classes. Now, what are the batch launch details? The batch launches classroom programs will be available at 2 places at UT Kharghar and UT Nehru. And अब यही हो गया कि जैसे अभी आप देख रहे हैं, there are some people online. So some students who are beyond Kharghar and Nehru will join us in an online mode. But people who are in the Kharghar or the Nehru mode, जैसे आप अभी physical है मेरे साथ. So the other students, there's one parent physical जो आपको बीच में दिख रहे थे. अभी now the entire camera is on me only. तो आपको अभी वो students नहीं दिख रहे हैं. तो जैसे ये हैं ऐसे आपको lectures would be beamed. So people who are beyond Kharghar and Nerul will have online classes, but people who are in Kharghar and Nerul will have physical classes. These batches are starting from 20th of June 2022. Book an appointment for one-on-one counseling. Counseling can be done by Manisha or by myself, and we can help you with one-on-one counseling. Now, what are the programs which are available at UT? Very quick recap. We offer engineering courses, that is we offer with champions. So we offer medical. So engineering and medical we offer with champions. We also offer science courses. This is pure sciences, where we are not preparing for the IIT or this. This is only the board, CBSE. So that is a course which is again offered. Now today we are talking about 11th-12th commerce. So this is what we are talking about, UT with Gurmukh, and management and study abroad. So ये तीन मैंने नीचे की हमने बात करी. Now we are done with this thing. Next, if you wish to do a personal profile assessment, you can do that. This is a one-on-one connect where you're not certain about a career choice and you want us to help you with that. You can meet me individually and I can help you do that. Lastly, if you wish to just take an appointment for, then you can call up Pramila. This is a number you can note down, 9892524632. That is our branch coordinator Pramila's number. You can fix an appointment with her and she can help you fix the appointment, and me and Manish can meet you individually and help you in decision of the course. That's all. Now we are open for question answers. If you want a presentation, is PDF ka, so send us a hi on this WhatsApp number. I repeat that number, 77100 Send a hi at this number and we will send a PDF of today's presentation. So now we have both myself and Manisha are available for any questions that you may have. Manish has also come in. So there is a feedback link which has come on your chat channel. If you can see that feedback link, please click on that feedback link and give us honest feedback of how did you like the presentation today. And now we are all open for questions. So that feedback link has been again sent on your chat channels. Please do that. Now we both are available for questions that you may have. So sir, you can gallery and we can come here both.
Normally, what are the timings of the classes?
The class timings would be in the evening because it would be non-integrated students ke hisab se. So the class timings would be in the evening. The class timings would be probably 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock onwards. जो school के timings के हिसाब से adjust होके होते हैं. So we would work for 4 to 7 is the typical timings which are being proposed.
Does they come from school by around 3:34?
नहीं, 11th, 12th में school के timings कम हो जाते हैं. So they would finish their schools earlier. So till 10th standard, your school timings were heavier. Now in 11th standard, your school timings would become 12:31 types. So the 11th, 12th, your timings would be about 1:30 types. So these classes would begin at 4 o'clock and would continue. So typically this is how, because science में, commerce में, सब जगह 11th, 12th के timings traditional school के कम हो जाते हैं. So integrated is, as I said, we would be the school ourselves. We would tie you up with a school in Koperkherme. That's an APS, Airoli Public School. I think it's New Bombay. उसका नाम नया change हो गया है. New Bombay Public School कुछ हो गया है. तो उसके साथ आपका tie up है. We are in tie up with them, and we would give you admission over there. But the student would be attending only classes. So then उसको क्या फायदा मिलेगा? That the child would be attending the classes and would get extra time for self-study. So the child need not go two places. The child would only come one place. उसके advantages भी हैं और disadvantages भी हैं. My son, myself, I have been a parent, so I have been on that side as well as on this side. मैंने मेरे बेटे को DPS में से निकाल के, he was a student of DPS, and I brought him into our own integrated program. उसके advantages भी हैं, and as now I'm not talking as a counselor, I'm now talking as a father. उसमें क्या होता है? A brilliant student, very sincere student, सब कुछ ठीक, सब कुछ अच्छा, but पहले 6 महीने were difficult, where अब सुबह स्कूल उठ के जाना नहीं है, इंटीग्रेटेड क्लासेस में क्लासेस कम होती हैं, फोकस क्लासेस होती हैं, तो 3-4 महीने इनडिसिप्लिन रहा घर में. यू कैन नॉट टॉक टू द चाइल्ड एंड टेल हिम करे क्या कर रहे हो. बट जब जैसे सर ने बताया, वन ऑफ दोस चैलेंजेस जो शुरू में सर ने बताया, दीज आर टिपिकल चैलेंजेस ऑफ 11th स्टैंडर्ड. अरे पढ़ लूंगा, अभी मैं पढ़ लूंगा, तो समय लगा 3-4 महीने का. जब थोड़ा सा शॉक आया कि नहीं ऐसे करके आई एम वाइलिंग अवे टाइम. But then integrated really helps because आप इतने सारे करियर ऑप्शंस कर रहे हैं. अगर आप सपोज स्टडी अब्रॉड कर रहे हैं तो आपको बहुत ज्यादा प्रोफाइल में काम करना पड़ेगा, एपी कोर्सेज करने पड़ेंगे, एसएडी कोर्सेज करने पड़ेंगे, या आप आईपीएम कर रहे हैं, आईपीएम इज अबाउट 25,000 राइटिंग एंड ओनली 1,000 गेटिंग सिलेक्टेड, तो आपका फोकस स्टडी रहनी चाहिए. तो अगर आप फिर बच्चों को रियलाइज होता है, देन दैट इंटीग्रेटेड हेल्प्स. बट इंटीग्रेटेड में एज आई सेड, शुरू में वो एक अब्सॉर्ब करने का समय रहता है. इफ यू आर मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड, इंटीग्रेटेड इज अ ग्रेट ऑप्शन.
Integrated, what are the times?
Same timings, because वो evening के ही timings हैं. The idea is you will get a lot of self study time. इसमें क्या होगा, आपके SAT IPM के जो बैचेस हैं वो आपके मॉर्निंग में या वैसे हो जाएंगे. You will get lot of those timings. So आपको largely time same रहेगा. Instruction timing is the same, but the child is getting lot of self study time. Lot of time for वो वाला time ज़्यादा. More questions, both from.
We tell them to unmute and ask them.
Both of us are in the classroom, so it would be better अगर आप unmute करके questions पूछें, because हम दोनों वो chat को इतना ज़्यादा नहीं देख पा रहे हैं. Both of us are in the classroom. So
yeah, so Disha, can you unmute and ask, though we have read your question? Please unmute and ask a question.
Sir, there is some construction work going on here, so that's why I was not unmuting. There will be background noise. Sir, I wanted to know, my son is in UT test series now, so he was interested in IPM. So, sir, now for IPM, like he's going to continue in his school, and for IPM, will you be having mock tests also in only 11th, 12th with any like GD and all? And also, sir, I have heard that from next year the admissions will be like for with CUET. So do you have any classes, test series for that?
Okay. So Mrs. Manocha, I'll answer it in 2 parts. First part with respect to IPM. So we do 2 programs in IPM. We do a full year program in IPM, where we train students for 9 to 10 months and prepare them for IPM. And a mock test is part of this training. So they do a lot of mocks. They would do IIM Indore mocks and IIM Rohtak mocks and other institute mocks. So IPM training and mocks are a part of that training. So that is one part. Hope I'm clear. If you want only IPM mocks, then that's something separate product.
We have to work it out. Right now, we don't have it as a product.
Okay, sir.
We don't have it as a product.
Right now, it is an integral part of our coaching product.
And sir, what about CUET?
Yeah. So let me come down to CUET. Now, CUET is basically for admission to central universities. And IIMs, since they are not universities, for IIMs or IPM, they would stay. We believe they would stay as they are. But let's say you're looking for admission to some of the central universities like Banaras Hindu University or Delhi University. So if you're looking for admission to that, you'll have to write CUET. It is happening first time this year. Abhi wo pehli baar ho raha hai, and there'll be a lot of learnings that will happen. So for your son, if he's 10 going to 11, abhi 2 saal lagenge for him to write CUET. In future, yes, we are planning where we'll also launch CUET course.
Okay, sir.
Currently, this year we do not have training for CUET. Because for this June, July, jo CUET ho raha hai, we are not. But in future, yes, that is one of our high on our agenda. We'll be offering that course also. But that would be next year or uske baad wala next year.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Rohan, you have a question? If you can unmute and ask.
Yes, sir, I had the same question about the CUET exam.
Okay. Yagya Garg. Or English classes?
English classes would be there if you take up the integrated course.
Sorry, non-integrated English won't be there?
No, so for non-integrated, there will be no English classes.
Okay. And how many students would be there particularly in a batch approximately?
These will be focused classes because there will be IPM, study abroad, CMA, and so on. And those, so we are looking at 5 to 10 students in a batch.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Yes.
Yes.
We used to offer as an extension of science. Science में maths एक जैसा होता था. We used to offer that, and हम ingrown ही faculty के साथ we never used to offer career options. So हम accounts, economics, business studies पढ़ाते थे.
series करते हैं.
11th 12th में पढ़ाते थे, test series करते थे. But now we are doing with, these were extension of science. We were essentially a science class. So हम उसमें कुछ बच्चे जो हमारे साथ 9th 10th के जुड़े हुए होते थे और फिर वो कॉमर्स लेते थे, उनको बोलते थे हाँ पढ़ा देंगे. But we were not serious players. Now we brought in seriousness with Gurumukh coming in, and Gurumukh bringing that expertise, and he is helping us and bringing that expertise.
So they will be providing the faculty.
Yes, they would be
Faculty, the knowledge, the study material, they would bring, because these are like their 12-year-old classes of operating from
Will
there.
happen here.
Yes, at Khargar and Naval Ground.
So this fee structure is for the full course or?
Yes, so this is for full year, including, yes, 1 year. So this says this is your 11th standard fee, this is your 12th standard fees.
And suppose a student chooses, let's say, economics, accounts, maths. So how will you structure in a week? I mean,
That was 3 days a week वो जैसे था ना slide में.
3 days a week.
हाँ.
So let's say Monday, for example.
Let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday goes for accounts. Maths would go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
So
Let's say
essentially 6 days the child.
if you take all subjects.
All subjects, 6 days a week, about 3 hours per day.
Or it will be combination because economics is only 1 hour a day.
हाँ. So
Yes.
then accounts भी हो रहा है और 1-2 घंटे accounts हो रहा है और 1 घंटे economics हो रहा है.
Economics हो रहा है. तो वो accounts और economics चला and maths and business studies चला. Business studies is also 1 hour.
अगर चारों लेंगे
अगर चारों लेंगे तो.
ये तो 2 घंटा या 3.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, Rohan. Go ahead.
Yes. Sir, do you also provide applied maths?
Yes, Rohan. So we would be doing both. We would be doing that standard maths as CBSE calls it, and applied maths जो कई commerce वाले choose करते हैं, will be providing that. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Any more questions? Any more questions, online students?
So this the CA foundation course will start when?
With your 12th standard.
With 12 standard. So 11th there will be no class.
For CA foundation, there will be no classes. Because if you understand, CA foundation के 4 papers होते हैं: accountancy, economics, law, mathematics, statistics. तो ये जो accountancy और economics है, unless and until you have done some groundwork which happens in 11, हम start नहीं कर सकते उस level का. तो वो 12th के साथ चालू होगा. 12th से साथ चालू करने का जरूरी इसलिए है because these are heavy courses. The way वो जो CBSE पूछता है और ये ICI पूछता है, it's different sir. तो 12th के साथ करते हैं ताकि May attempt waste नहीं जाए. अगर 12th के साथ नहीं करेंगे तो आप फिर 12th बोर्ड करने के बाद नवंबर में जाओगे सीधा. So better कि एक बार एक May attempt तो लें.
And दूसरा, the way we have structured it, बच्चे अगर plan B करना चाहते हैं, तो 11th में you can utilize that time for doing either study abroad or study. So this is how the entire career structuring has happened. If you would have seen sir's timeline, the timeline was where the 11th standard में अगर आपको ये करना है, because once you start with CA foundation, that would become so heavy.
Yes.
So we don't want to interfere with that. That's how we've structured it.
You can go for study abroad.
अगर वो प्लान बी रखना है तो वो आपको 11th में जरा सा करके और उसको छोड़ दो, and then you go on to, because study abroad cannot be done later on. Later on you would lose 1 year. So that's how we've structured.
What is CUET?
So this stands for Central University Entrance Test. What has happened from this year is government, central government की जो भी universities है, they have set for all non-engineering courses, and non-medical courses, they'll have one entrance exam called CUET. So I, as University X, let's say Banaras Hindu University, मेरे जितने भी BS courses, BSc, BBA, BMS courses हैं, वो सब में admission अब CUET से होगा.
You still not have separate exams.
Yes.
Pehले it was these exams, there were no exams. The student on the basis of the 12th standard marks would get into these universities. Now they are conducting CUET.
Entrance.
And this is from this year on.
It's of pan India.
Pan India for all central government universities. मतलब मणिपुर में अगर कोई central government university तो applicable वहाँ भी है, and some state universities are also.
When does it happen?
So this year this is happening in July because of this. Otherwise, expected is May, June. This will happen after your 12th.
And this is for analytical.
That's a good question. So that's a little. So question from audience here is, from sir here is, ये exam होता क्या है? CUET का component क्या है? So that's an interesting question you have asked. It's a little bit complex, but I'll tell you it has 2 parts. It has an aptitude part, जो कुछ आपको maths, English में aptitude show करना है, reading skills, number skills, and then there could be some technical part, depending on आप कौन से subjects ले रहे हो. So let's say आपको बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी से मैं बार-बार एग्जांपल ले रहा हूँ क्योंकि उसमें सबसे ज्यादा एप्लीकेशंस आए हैं इस साल. So let's say you want to do BSc physics. So आपको एक थर्ड पेपर फिजिक्स और मैथ्स में भी लिखना है. Let's say you want to do a BCom from बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी. So आपको आपका थर्ड पेपर शायद अकाउंटेंसी और इकोनॉमिक्स का लेना है. So there is a knowledge, they have called it knowledge paper या technical paper plus aptitude. दोनों का combination है. And your admission will be based on some 70% weightage.
Delhi University also.
Delhi University, all colleges, Indraprayag, Sidnem is with Mumbai University, and Mumbai University is not a central university.
So it is for them to decide. They are right now not aligned with CUET.
Right now, they are.
So we are not offering CUET this year because we are not sure how many universities are doing. It was too short a time to prepare. So we would be offering it probably in once the students come. If the kid is going from 10 to 11, then when she 2 years down the line, when she is eligible to write the CUET, that time we may be offering CUET. So, because it's a similar exam.
But the clout is increasing. बहुत सारी universities ने private ने align कर दिया है. Some state universities have aligned. They have started doing. But future looks like कि all these universities आ जाएंगे. There are 9.5 lakh registrations this year across India.
IPM right now is separate because again, it's not government.
Autonomous bodies.
Body. So right now they're conducting the exam.
So only one exam, or they are also conducting each.
So some of them have aligned, and they like I am in Indore exam at 2 universities have aligned, and they accept that exam. But some conduct their own exams, but they are largely on similar lines. Yes. So you get a direct 5-year MBA degree, 3-year BBA plus 2-year MBA. This is the courses. So वो MBA वो मिल रहा है जो आप graduation के बाद CAT के through admission मिलता है. So you as a 12th standard student would directly get into that MBA program.
5 years program.
5 years, yes.
Right. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
If there are no more questions, thank you for joining in today.